Good morning, guys, and welcome to the vlog. I think the lens is dirty. Let me clean that. Okay, there we go. Welcome back to the vlog. Daisy's here. Ambree's here. Evie's here. Ender and Frank's here. Zade's downstairs playing the guitar. April is running a little mountain race. It's a 10K in the mountains, women's epic, I think it was called. And we are, today is Saturday here in the Orgill house. And you know what we say? We say Saturday is...
Special day.
It's the day, it's a special day. It's the day we get ready for Sunday. Frank, hey, why are you screaming? Saturday is a special day. It's the day we get ready for Sunday. Want to say hi? We had a little incident this morning. Daisy was practicing her bow staff skills and she whacked Ender in the face. Let's roll clip of Ender getting hit in the face. Okay, now Frankie's gonna practice his bow staff skills. Let's see, do it. Okay, nice skills. So yeah, we're recovering. I'm back from camp. Got some sleep last night, and we are making preparations. The next vlog that you see, Monday, Nacho's coming, so that's exciting. Yes. Nacho's coming, Ignacio. And Ignacio, that's how they say it in Spain. They don't say Ignacio, they say Ignacio. He's gonna be here, so tune in tomorrow for that.
Daddy, we should watch Nacho Libre with him.
Yes, we need to watch Nacho Libre. I don't think he's seen it. But yeah, we are rock and rolling, getting this house in order. It is a bit of a disaster. April worked really hard on it yesterday, but then it kind of got messy again, so we're gonna knock this out. Tell me what just happened. Whoa! Now we're talking. First we were thinking they're only laying little eggs, but they were just getting there, building up their ammunition. Don't drop it. Look at them. 3 good eggs. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so tired. So last night I drove up to Brighton Ski Resort, which is about an hour from our house. I stayed at a cabin.
Mind you, we were at the OUR thing, country dancing.
Till like 10.
Till a little later than it, no. 10.
I got there at 11. Yeah, I got there at 11.
Whoa, and.
I was supposed to get there at like 9.
Oh, there's an ant in the house.
And then I could not sleep. I guess it was just being somewhere new. I laid there trying so hard to sleep. I was so tired. 3 a.m. is when I think I finally fell asleep, and then I woke up again at 6. So I got like 3 hours of sleep. And then we did a 3-mile hike up and then a 3-mile run down. And it was really steep, but it was so fun. So I did it with my friend Rena, who owns Perk Energy, and I love her BCAAs. They're like, they saved me today. And then my friend Jess Toulson, who does the mixers, another product I love. And then High Fitness Emily and her sisters, who I love. And it was just really fun. And now I'm exhausted. Took me an hour 25 or hour 35 minutes, I think. Yeah, hour 35 minutes. And the weather was beautiful. So now we're gonna go swimming at another friend's house, and I feel like I'm not even gonna put on makeup because I'm just gonna jump in the pool. So I showered, my hair's still wet, no makeup, gonna go jump in a pool and relax. My legs are not happy with me. Running down that steep hill, I had to be like 100% paying attention to every place my foot went. And it was hard on my knees and my ankles. So, but it's a good time. All right, you guys, Davey has brought it to my attention that I have not really put all my thoughts together and like explained to you guys what's going on with Ambree and Zade's backs. So here's the long story short as I can make it for now of how all this came about. About a year ago, Ambree hurt her back when we were playing with friends and on a jumpy thing, and it hurt her for like 3 or 4 days. So she kept complaining, and I was just like, you know what, maybe she did hurt her back. So I brought her to an orthopedic specialist, or like an orthopedic specialist in our area, and they did a back x-ray, and they said she has a very mild form of scoliosis. Just keep an eye on it, which means like every 6 months or a year you go in and get a scan and make sure it hasn't progressed. Well, fast forward 6 months, she hurt her back again, and I was like, well, we better go and scan it. They scanned it again, said the same thing. She has a really mild form of scoliosis, so keep an eye on it. And I was just kind of like, okay, you know, and I looked at the 2 x-rays, and to me they looked about the same, so whatever. Well, then I was just telling Davey, like, it's probably time to go and check her back again for scoliosis, because it's been like another 6 months. They said you need to keep an eye on it. And so I just started like having her bend over, and I could see the curvature in her back when she bent over. And I was like, oh, I think it's getting worse, because like, look how you can see it now when she bends over. Before, when the x-rays were taken, I swear I couldn't even tell. I was just like, like, okay. Like they were even showing me in the x-ray that it was a little curved, and I was like, I don't really see it. But then when she bent over, I was like, okay, I'm starting to see that. So I was like, I'm gonna take her in. And that gave me the idea to be like, I'm gonna look at the rest of the kids' spines and just make sure they're straight. So I had all the kids lift up their shirt and bend over. And everyone was really straight, except for when we got to Zade, and he bent over, and I was like, Zade, oh my gosh. Like I could see a very curved S in his back when he bent all the way over. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then it all clicked, because there was like a few months before that, I remember he was standing in the kitchen with his shirt off, and he was like kind of standing a little bit crooked. And I was like, Zade, why are you standing crooked? Straighten out, like stand straight. And he was just kind of looking at me like, what are you talking about? And I thought he was just being like a little bit like teenager-ish, you know, like whatever. So I was just like, okay, sorry, it looks like you're just kind of standing weird. And he's like, this is how I stand. And I was like, okay. And I didn't really like think that it was scoliosis, but then when he bent over and I saw that, I was like, oh, it all makes sense. Like you totally have it. And he grew like 1.5 feet between when he was like 12 and 14, or like it was less than that. There was like a 3-month period that he just shot up like 1 foot. It was crazy, his growth. And I think that that's when the severity of the scoliosis developed, was when he grew so rapidly, which I confirmed that with the doctor. He said it's very common that that's when this develops, is if they have a major quick growth spurt. So unfortunately, I caught it a little bit later than is helpful, which I feel terrible about. But Zade is, luckily, we went to the doctors. I got them in at Shriners, which I've heard that they're just like so good at, they specialize in orthopedics and spine stuff. And it was a great doctor. And he referred us over to a physical therapist, and then referred both of them to get night braces, where it kind of like straightens out their spine and pushes on the curvatures, so that while they're sleeping and their back's growing, it kind of like straightens it out, or encourages growth to be more straight. And then he said that coupled with physical therapy could possibly strengthen his back and help the curvature a little bit. But he said like the most important thing is that we make sure it doesn't get worse, because as of right now, if Zade were to stay this way the rest of his life, he would be fine. He's not having pain. His hips and his shoulders are actually pretty close to where they would be, because his S curve is almost the same in both curves. So even though it curves like this, his shoulders and his hips are still aligned. He said what we don't want to see is when they start to tip and decompose, I guess that's what he said. Like they just kind of tip over. So that's when they have to go in and like cut their back open and fuse the spine. And he says you want to avoid that at all costs, because it's like once you fuse a back, it's never the same. It can never twist and move the same. They're very limited mobility the rest of their life. But I've also had people that have had to get fused because they were so severe tell me like it's not the end of the world if he does need to get fused. Like I went on that repelling thing with Brittany, Get Out There Girl, and one of the ladies there she's like, this is my exact story. I had a backwards S when I was 15, we discovered it, and then I got worse and I had to get fused. She's like, and I was devastated. I thought my life was over. Well, then I got fused and I healed, and she's like, it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world if he has to get fused. So that kind of gave me hope and like calmed my nerves. I was really grateful for her opinion. And, but then like the doctor was just like, yeah, we'll avoid that at all costs. Like, let's do the night brace. Let's do physical therapy twice a week for 3 weeks and see if we can get him to like do them consistently at home. Cause he's like, really, this is going to be dependent on Zade. Like if he's like, I'm going to do my exercises every day and wear my brace every night. If he does those things, then there's a really better chance of things getting a little better or at least staying the same and not getting worse. So there's that for Zade. Ambree's situation is, hey, you brought her in at the perfect time. She's just about to hit that big growth spurt. We're gonna put her in the night brace with the help of the night brace as she grows the next 2 years. He said it's very possible that she straightens out quite a bit. And he said with the brace on, her back should look all the way straight. So he was pretty confident with her that we could at least keep it from getting any worse. And maybe even with physical therapy and the brace, have some improvement. So that's the news with that. And then someone else was asking about EB, and they said on Instagram, she was saying, please tell me the story about how you diagnosed EB or how she was diagnosed, because I think I might have arthritis. So I'm going to tell you the very shortened version of her, but you can refer back to some of our videos because we've told this story a few times. But long story short, if you think you do have arthritis, I would tell you right away, like go straight to a rheumatologist and have them do a blood work panel on you, because I'll tell you right now, the rheumatologist was able to tell just by looking at her blood that she had arthritis. They're really good at detecting it. And hindsight, that's what I wish I would have done, because I spent thousands of dollars and took months before I actually figured out the right doctor to take her to. When if I would have just gone straight to the rheumatologist, things would have been a lot better, I think. And yeah, so that's what I would suggest. I mean, we were doing MRIs, x-rays, like you name it, watching it for a couple weeks thinking it was just an injury. Like it was just one thing after another with her arthritis diagnosis. But as soon as we knew what it was and they gave her that injection in her knee to get it to go down, it helped so much. And get your eyes checked if you think you might have juvenile idiopathic arthritis, because if you have inflammation in your eyes, that's a big telltale sign. So there you go. That is the update on our family, not sicknesses, but ailments. There you have it. Guys, we have 2 days until Nacho gets here and 5 days until Susie gets here. I'm so excited. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day for prep. It's a Sunday, and oh my gosh, I just remembered tomorrow we're celebrating. We're just gonna have to Instagram it, but yesterday, or maybe it's today, marks 6 years since my dad's really bad car accident where he almost lost his life. And so we're doing a celebration of life party for him, celebrating his survival of his crash tomorrow. So that's gonna be really fun to see my siblings.